Hey y'all, join me as I make my own version of Birria Tacos for Cinco de Mayo. So I started off with cutting my meat. I couldn't remember what meat it was at this time, but I'm sure I'll figure out by the end of the movie or end of the end of the video. And I started to season all of my meats. I tried to incorporate flavors that were don't judge me, like Mexican-y, stuff like that, like Hispanic-y, and just so I can get that flavor profile. And I love to make so many like bold flavors as well, because once you get that sear on that meat, baby, that is going to bring together your, what is it called, consomme. It's going to bring together everything. Okay, you can see that seasoning right here as I'm showing you all. That's how seasoned you want it to be. Okay, I did put about 5 or 6 per load, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it, but you don't want to overcrowd your pan, or else you're not going to get a good sear. It's going to steam rather than sear. So this pan is it was good for what I needed it for. It was it's a deep pan as well. So I think I made like 2 batches. I ended up putting 5 or 6 pieces per batch, and I went ahead and I flipped it. Do y'all see that sear? Just take a minute just to look at that sear right there. Amazing, right? So that sear, I'm telling you, will lock in all those flavors. Once I finished my 2 batches, I added in a full white onion cut into quarters. I did take a little niblet off of the onion to make my tuna salad that I have for lunch one day. But I did make the or put in the onions, and then I added some garlic. I eventually added some oregano and these California chili peppers. Now again, this is my version of Birria Tacos. That may not be what needed the first time, or that may not be what's needed for the original one, but yeah, here we go. So I ended up adding about, I want to say about 6 cups, maybe 6 to 7 cups of water to begin, because once it boils down, it will reduce that liquid there. This is how it looks while it's boiling. You want to definitely boil that for about 3 or 4 hours, covered. I did it uncovered, then some uncovered. And I added the chilies, onions, and the garlic inside of my blender and added a little bit of that mixed in liquid. Tasted it, and it was a little bland for me, so I added a little more salt just to give a little more flavor. I poured that back into the pot, not before I double strained it. You may definitely want to make sure you double strain it, or else it's going to be way too thick and your consomme is not going to come out right. That was how it looked when I poured everything back in and I strained it. I do not work hard, okay? I would throw my meat in my mixer in a quickie. I don't do the 2-fork thing. I throw it in there and it is done within 15 seconds, okay? Usually I use corn tortillas for these, but I wasn't really hungry. I just wasn't really feeling like eating at that time because I was working on a project, so I was focused. So I used flour tortillas and put a little bit of mozzarella cheese on it to kind of bind it together, and a little bit of that meat. You do usually use cotija cheese, but they didn't have any. They're sold out of stores. Everyone must be cooking birria tacos. This is the end result. Again, I wasn't hungry, so I had my daughter try it out, and she is so goofy. She's very camera shy when it comes to me recording her, but she said it was really good. Hope y'all enjoy. If you want to see more videos,